Bengals offensive tackle Leal Collins decided after the game that he was gonna let the people know that TJ Watt wasn't really having it. So you got to remember, TJ Watt finished this game in week 11 with 6 tackles, 2 pass deflections, half of a sack, and an interception that was nearly impossible to come up with, but somehow he did. But to Leal Collins, this is what he had to say. He told reporters after the game, TJ knew he had to line up against me. So explicit, at the end of the day, he was crying to the refs. So I'll see him again next year. That's what he said.
I don't know.
I don't even
to
know.
Me,
yeah,
this is like the type of thing you can say when you win, and it's like no matter what, TJ can't say anything about it. Steelers fans can't really say anything about it because no matter what, a Bengals fan, a Bengals player can just come back and say, "Well, you lost."
You lost.
Right, and I don't know. This is TJ's played 2 games this year, or no, not 2 games. He's played 2 games against the Bengals this year, and I don't know. He played really well in both of them. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, but I don't know. That kind of all goes by the wayside when you lose, and that's the unfortunate thing. But I don't think TJ is going to put any stock in this. I doubt he cares at all. I don't think anyone else should really, honestly. But it's interesting. It's AFC North football, man. This is what the rivalry is. Rivalries are stupid sometimes, but that's what makes them rivalries at certain points.
No, very true. Very true. I think he will use this as fuel next year. He won't ever say it out loud, but I think next year when these two meet up, he's going to eat his lunch. Like, it's going to be ridiculous. That being said, he was definitely complaining a lot to the refs, but he should be complaining a lot to the refs because TJ Watt literally gets tackled. There was a play where he actually got tackled, and I tweeted out, TJ Watt just got tackled, because that's how you have to defend TJ Watt. So I think he's got every right to complain to the refs. I just don't know. He's TJ Watt. He'll never get a holding call in his entire life because he's TJ Watt. Like, they're not even going to bother looking his way and even if they do, like, what are they going to do? Throw a flag? Be like, oh yeah, you should have done better against TJ Watt. Like, no, you can't do better against TJ Watt. That's just what it is.
Right. If they called every holding in every game against every star pass rusher, there wouldn't be any real plays. It would just be 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards, or 10 yards. We'd be watching penalties for the entire game.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't get past that. But to call him out, I mean, I think he's just
that's bold.
Bold.
Right. You can talk a little trash, like, with your teammates, I guess, but like, I don't know.
You're putting Joe Burrow in danger. That's what
right. That is the other thing.
Yeah. Because imagine if somehow the Steelers turned this season around, found themselves in the postseason, and for some miracle of a reason, Hallmark Christmas movie, TJ Watt versus Leal Collins happened. Wild card round. TJ would have 7 sacks and Collins would have he might lose his job. He might lose his job over what TJ Watt would do to him. And like a normal player, that's whatever. But this is TJ Watt, who's like one of the scariest human beings on the planet. And just he's probably got more motivation than anybody will ever know. Like, in 40, 50 years when TJ's retired and, just sitting around and they make like a football life of TJ Watt, he'd be like, yeah, I actually had a room where it had every bad thing that was ever said to me. Anytime somebody talked smack on me, was all in this room, but nobody, not even my wife, ever saw it because I never wanted it to get out. And like, I guarantee you that there's no way he just forgets. And he's just like, yeah, I'm just this good and I don't need any motivation. Like, no, he's this good because he's that motivated. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad.
Absolutely.
It could be bad, but it was a bold move by Leal Collins.
Yeah. It was a little bit of I think I know I'm not going to see you again until next year.
Yeah. So, there's no way they would have said that if they won in week 1. Zero chance he would have said that, because that's why he fit. So I'll see him next year. Like, that's why he ended it with, I'll see you next year, because he knows that if I'll see him in week 11, totally different story.
Right.
Totally different story.